I've seen a stock go from 15 cents to about, $12 in one day, just rotating and rotating and rotating and rotating. So this is my criteria, my float, my news, my charts, my liquidity requirement. Obviously, I have 4 different scanners that I use: the pre-market gap scanner, the pre-market low float, pre-market low float, pre-market low float, low volume scanner, pre-market low float, high volume scanner, and then I have the midday scanner. So I have 4 different types of pretty much scanners. So now we're going to go into some strategies. Of course, we're going to have a lot of strategies to talk about. I'm going to try to move a little bit to the right over here. So we're going to discuss the strategies so you guys can see it. Obviously, this is all part of my course. I go into detail around 15 hours. My course is 15 hours long. And I go into detail about all these strategies here, up in detail to the very last little detail that you might not want to catch in a 45-minute video, which is here. So we're just going to faster and, more of a general outline of what I'm looking for and get you started in trading, just doing the basics. As you progress, you want something more advanced. You want those 15 hours because you might be missing that little piece that I'm not saying it in a 30-minute video. And that little piece of information can make the difference between you being green on the day and you being red on the day. That little difference of me talking for 15 hours will make a difference in your bottom line. That's why everybody watches my courses multiple times as I go through all these strategies. So my strategies here are pretty much simple. We're going to go a little bit to the right. My strategies are pretty much simple. I have 52-week breakout, daily breakout, day 2 continuation, first green day bounce, and the 7 a.m. push. These are buy strategies. These are buy strategies that I use, using the daily. And these are buy strategies that I use using the intraday. So the daily means I'm using a daily resistance point. These are the daily right here. And these are intraday. So I have pretty much 10 strategies, and I also have about 4 strategy when it comes to shorting. So I have, there's a lot more to this. And I also have AI, pretty much documenting, every single strategy and what is the percentage you're looking at, and what is the percentage that they gapped. This is very important. Every little detail, if they have news or not, this is really key information that will get you started into trading. So the first strategy is the 52-week breakout. This is the daily right here. So say from the January 2025 till January 2026. So you're using a time span of 1 year. So in this situation, you can see that the stock went from, $2 to up to $5, and we just consolidated right there. You can see here that a 52-week breakout means it breaks the high for the past year. So say right here, we had trouble breaking $5. We break $5 and we go to 13. That's a great setup. Those are my favorite setups, especially in big caps. Right now we have some ScanDisk, which is some data center, hard drives. Pretty much a stock is going up vertically and it's just doing continuous 52-week breakout. Those are 52-week breakout. That means the past year just going higher and higher and higher and higher in each day. That's how Tesla went up. That's how Nvidia went up. And this also applies to small cap stocks. Next thing you know, you have a daily breakout. That means right here, say a stock went from 1 to 5. And right here, you have a daily resistance of $3. So, as I wake up in the morning, I pretty much like to draw lines of where's the resistance point. So I marked the line of where each of the resistance point, maybe it had some resistance at 3, maybe at 4, and maybe at 5. So I draw that on the daily and I align that with an intraday. And as soon as this, intraday breakout spot of $3, let's say, breaks, I try to buy perfectly at $3 and sell it into the next resistance where I drew, also depicted by my yellow line, as you see in all my charts. And I take profits of around 20 to 35%. Those are awesome, but make sure you hit the liquidity requirement and all these criteria here, the news, the flow, and all that. So this is a daily breakout. That means it breaks a daily level that's been, established on the daily chart. It can be in the past 6 months. It can be, I prefer in the last, 9 months. It's not a 52-week breakout, it's just a daily breakout that's been struggling. Say the stock has been struggling to break $5 in the past 6 months. So let's call it 6 months. It's been struggling to break $5, and it's been struggling to break $3, $4, $5. So $5 is a 52-week breakout. This is a very example of a daily breakout. The next thing we have here is a day two continuation. So as you get into the stock market, you're going to see a lot of 100% movers, 1000% movers, 500% movers. But when you see these setups, everybody's going to see, like, every single day traders are going on the top gainers, and they're pretty much taking, the top three, and they're putting on the watch list. So say you had a stock going up 300% in one day, or 150%, people take that stock, the top percentage gainer, then they put it on their watch list. And what these traders are doing, they're looking for the stock to break the day's high and for the continuation to continue. So say you had a stock going from 1 to 5 on day one. This is a day one mover. That means on this day, we had the news, we had the volume, we had the float rotation, and the stock pretty much held half its candle. You can see that, half its candle held. So it held overweight 450, held half its candle. So that's important. I like them when they have at least half their candle on the daily. And say right here, the high that it did this day was $5. Right here, you see the intraday price action that we were going around 450. We're kind of just consolidating, and suddenly, before 10 o'clock, we break $5 and we go to $8. This is a very solid pattern everybody should use. What you're looking for is to buy it as it breaks yesterday's high of $5 and to sell it for more than 20 to 35% profit. You can see exactly. I know I have so many examples that I can tell you by the decimal point, whether it's 22.5%, 22.3%, 24.6%, or whether I have them all put in a spreadsheet for all those people interested in purchasing my course. This is the day two continuation. This happens a lot. Also, it happens in big caps, and also it happens about majority of them. You want to use it in small caps. The next setup, let's see if I can move this a little bit to the right. Right here, the next setup is first green day bounce.